Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Assembly Campus TV
Good
English
morning.
Assembly. So, as you have known for the past 3 days in lunchtime, it is English and LAC week. And I believe all of you have come to join our game booths already. And so, here is a quick review of the few days.
As you can see, we had an almost full house on Monday and also yesterday, and we just really appreciate that. There were many English and subject teachers as well as students that participated in our English and LAC week. So thank you so much for coming in the past 2 days. Today is the last day, so please, if you haven't gone yet, do come.
So, what is your favorite snack so far, Miss Elaine?
People have been complaining about the food from Wales, the chips and the goat cheese, but I think that people just misunderstand. A lot of you should go back more to the Wales booth and go ahead and try the cheese. The cheese was great.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. The more you have it, the more it grows on you. So don't have one, have five.
I feel like you asked me that question because you wanted me to say that your booth was the best.
Oh,
Is that
which
what?
which
Huh?
booth was that?
That booth was the booth from where? I don't know where.
S-
Huh?
So go back to the Wales booth and look to your left.
Right. That's where the, at least we can admit that the music was pretty awesome, right? And you
Britpop,
still get to hear that later
a
on.
bit of Oasis. So here is Miss Lam explaining how the passport works at the door prize booth. At the end of this presentation, we will show you what is our door prize.
And of course, we also have booths from Canada as well as the USA. This was Miss Hill helping out students jot down their thoughts about the dill pickles and ginger ale from Canada. The dill pickles were really good. These are some of my lovely students. Hello, students from 1C. I know you are now attentively listening. And these students are writing down the taste of Cheetos from the States.
And so we had two more booths from Australia and New Zealand. And here's Miss Celine
As
talk-
always.
talking about the Anzac biscuits from New Zealand. They were actually lovely.
Right.
I had
thank
about
you.
5.
You can have more later.
And of course, like the second runner up from the goat cheese from Wales was definitely Vegemite from the Australia booth. If you haven't tried it, try that. Oh, actually, maybe Vegemite with goat cheese would be a new thing.
There we go. We can have a fusion later from the Wales booth as well as the Australian booth.
You will definitely have more than 2 words to write about in the description.
Right.
And then we had the England and the Wales booth at the much talked about
Much
Wales
talked about.
booth. So here is our principal sharing his thoughts with the schoolmates after tasting the goat cheese. You can see from the toothpick on his right hand. So feel free to ask the principal about how was the goat cheese. I'm sure that you can invite the principal to come back and have more goat cheese.
Yes, that's right. Here's Miss Tong handing out more goat cheese to our students who looked very happy before actually trying it out.
So you're saying that the look on the student would change after this taste?
Perhaps, yeah, just like for Vegemite. We also have food from Scotland as well as Ireland. And these are the happy faces of our teachers and students. Miss Lam over here was also explaining which country the brown soda bread comes from. So later, when we ask you around, when the English teachers ask around during lunchtime, hopefully all of you could answer from which countries the food you've been tasting are from.
So aside from the English booths promoting different food from different English-speaking countries, we also had the LAC booth. Now, so what did we do? LAC is related to mathematics, science, and social science. So the subjects that you will normally use English to study. And in the LAC booth, we learned vocabulary about the food, and then our students were being challenged in those
Yeah.
games.
they had to use like a gigantic chopstick in order to take out and put it into a different box. It was challenging. I was able to try it out yesterday, and my students were making fun of me. Thank you, students.
So we won't say who they were.
We won't. We'll be nice.
So apart from the English-speaking countries we promoted, the OAC booth actually had a interesting activity, and that was bamboo dance from the
Yes.
Philippines.
This bamboo dance in the Philippines is called tinikling. So basically, students would have to try it. You should try it later on. Today is the last day, where two people at both ends of the bamboos play it together to a particular beat. And it's really fun because you get to see how well your coordination is. So do give it a try later. Maybe you never know. Mr. Jackie and I might be dancing with you today.
Maybe. So after reviewing all the activities, we're now into the door prize. So we talked about the door prize as it was one of the booth there. So what are the door prize? So here are the abundant of snacks.
We have a lot for you.
Too much goodies. Actually, I might take this one. I'm quite hungry. Okay. So which one do you like?
And if you like teddy bears, we have one from Canada. This one is so cute.
So they're not just food. Some of them are different gifts. So please do come. Remember your passport you've been filling up, and then you may get a chance to win the whole tub, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So just as every week, we have a few students. We have two students from 3D today to talk about, share a few ideas. So the first student we have is Annie from 3D. She will be talking about the waste problem in Hong Kong. So we will first ask her to talk about the vocabulary words. And so here's the first one.
Biodegradable, excessive, generations, implement, awareness. Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the waste problem in Hong Kong. There are many types of waste in Hong Kong. For example, liquid waste. Some people discharge sewage into the sea and then pollute the ocean. The next one is plastic waste, like plastic cutlery, packaging, and bags. These are all not biodegradable and will stay in the world forever. The last one is food waste, such as leftovers. This is because some people order excessive amounts of food or the food is not delicious. The leftover will be sent to landfill in the end. As a result, the landfill will become full and it harms our environment. Our future generations will also affected since they cannot live in a nice world anymore. I have some solutions to solve the problem. First, all citizens like us have the responsibility to maintain our living standard in a more environmentally friendly ways, such as practicing the free hour whenever possible. We can also turn leftover into compost. How about the government?